Hi everyone, it's Mitch, and it is Monday, March 25th, 2019, here with your free live show. Of course, we're live 7 days a week, 365 days a year, giving out free picks. Got a light schedule today, so probably going to be a quick show. Of course, if you're watching us, be sure to hit the thumbs up. Takes you about a half a second. Costs you nothing, helps us a ton. So it keeps everything free. Of course, if you haven't gotten your free t-shirt yet, or just be sure to like these videos over on our Facebook page. And, of course, be a member of our Facebook group as well. But anyways, we do free picks on this show every single day. Our best bets always over at Sports Chat Experts, as well as picksandparlays.net. So lots of ways to watch the show. Lots of free picks that we've given out. Lots of free t-shirts we've given out. And lots of thumbs up you guys have given me, so greatly appreciated. I see already somebody hit the thumbs down. Yes, I go to this restaurant because the food sucks. It's like just the dumbest things. It's like you don't see me on other people's sites and videos going over there and saying dumbass things or spamming or doing any of that stuff. Just ridiculous. Of course, if you've been blocked or something, you can always shoot me an email. If Jeff is back. We'll see. Anyone have the over-under on how long it's going to take Jeff to get booted from the group? I say 3 days. But anyways. Got free picks today. Of course, I have some premium picks as well. First weekend of March Madness. Had a winning weekend. Can never complain too much about that. Yesterday was a real struggle, man. So the last 2 days I started horrible and then closed fast. It just seemed those morning games were just brutally tough on me, and then the evening games. And I'll tell you, even that Liberty game, boy, was that rough. That was really rough. It was like I had them at 8.5. They were inside the number the entire game, and then don't get outside of it. I know that there's been a lot of talk about fixing of games and things of that nature in the groups, and yeah, I always say that the games are fixed, and I always think that it has something to do with the larger fan bases who's going to be more popular, and I think in upcoming games, I think it always has something to do with who has games on the schedule on the big networks coming up. I just think that they get the calls. I think it can be overcome, but it's always the shit calls. I mean, it's so easy to see it. I mean, the block in the Iowa game. I mean, how was that a foul? How was it even close? The ball that was called a jump ball in the Iowa game that was a clear rebound for Tennessee. Not sure how that was called that way either. Just didn't make a lot of sense to me. Just really, really bad. It's either really somehow, the officiating somehow just continues to get worse, or there are other factors out there. But anyways, we do the best we can to be on the right side of it. And I know someone said, oh yeah, they're never fixed when you're on the right side. Oh no, they are. They are. It just happens that we're on the right side of it. So. But anyways, hopefully you guys have a chance to get a t-shirt. Yeah, Thomas Maddock wants a t-shirt, but you got to do the bare minimum. If you follow the article that's been posted, it tells you how you could get a t-shirt, then probably increases your chances of getting one. Super simple. If you don't know where the article is, then you can ask or look. It's pinned to the top of our website. Very, very hard to miss. It's pinned to the top of the group. It's pinned to the top of the page. And these are all very, very simple things to do. And like I said, the shirts are 100% free. Just glancing over at the clock, I'm going to give everybody about another 30 seconds to join us. People always wonder why I waste time and don't get to the picks. That gives everybody a couple seconds to find us, get notified that we're live, things of that nature. So in the NBA, I don't have any premium picks out today. I do have my dog of the day pick, and I'll probably have a premium pick. So we'll just do a couple of these NBA games. I like the Blazers against the Nets. I've been on the Nets so much, but I have to say that I think that when they're bad, they're really bad, and I think this is just a this is just one of those situations that sets up for them to probably be pretty bad. The Blazers somehow came back and got a push on us the other night. Dog of the day was the Pistons getting 5, but the Blazers somehow managed to do it. 22-14 against the number at home. 28-9 straight up for the Blazers at home. Pretty solid stuff. This is a team that consistently flies under the radar. Of course, the Nets, this is a team that we were on so much for when they were really bad. They've gotten better. We've been on them a little less. They're still a great team against the spread, 40-34 on the season, but just 17-20 straight up on the road this season. The Nets are a playoff team, and they're one of those teams. They're not quite there yet, but they're there. In the Eastern Conference, they're there. The Nets are 38-36, and that would not make the playoffs in the West. It wouldn't even be close. So, they're a playoff team because they're in the East, but, it doesn't matter because they are in the East, and that's all they need to do is to get into it in the East, right? So, anyways, I like the Blazers here. They're just the better team, 45-27 on the season. They're 4th in the in the West. Pretty much locked into that spot. They're 3 games ahead of the Clippers in the loss column and 3 games ahead of the Thunder in the loss column. So they've won their last 3 games in a row. I just like the way the Blazers are playing. And like I said, this is a team that generally flies under the radar. I'm going to take Rip City, Portland Trail Blazers -6. And that'll be our first pick of today's show. Of course, we do free picks on this show every single day. Our best bets over at sportschatexperts.com as well as picksandparlays.net. If you could please hit the thumbs up or the like button. What we're going to do is we're going to get rid of you. Because the way that this show works is this is where I give out my picks. And if you have picks to give, we have a Facebook group set up that we have over almost 9,000 members that you can share your picks with. You can also set up your own YouTube channel and do your own videos. I encourage you to do that. Or set up your own website. Of course, we don't want you to advertise your things in our group. You go out and, you do it the way that we did it. You start small and then, over time you build your reputation. If you want to give out picks, the place to do that, we have a place for you to do that. It's in our Facebook groups. We have one for Sports Chat Place and picksandparlays.net. But this is the show. This is when I give out my picks. These are the only free picks I give out each day. And that's what people are generally here for. If they're here for your picks, well, then I guess they can friend you and get your picks. But anyways, let's get to another free pick for today. And we'll head back to the NBA. I like the Suns here against the Jazz. I just like the points. Pretty much. It's just that this is a ton of points. The Suns have been playing pretty decently down the stretch. I know 17-57 isn't going to inspire anybody, but for us, it inspires us to say that the Suns have really come a long way over the last month to get to those 17 wins. I know they have the worst record in the West. It's not even close. 17-57. They're closer to the worst team. They're going to be in those first 3 teams. In the lottery. I don't know how they do the lottery anymore. But the Knicks have 14 wins for the season. The Suns have 17, and Cleveland has 19. And if you have the second pick in the NBA draft, who are you taking? So for me, Morant, right? It's Morant. I think if I had the first pick, I might take him. He is unbelievable. I think the other guy is the point guard at North Carolina. I think he's been amazing in this tournament as well. Anyways, our second pick for today's show, we're going to take the Phoenix Suns +15. Of course, we do free picks on this show every single day. Our best bets always over at sportschatexperts.com, as well as picksandparlays.net. Like I said, we don't have a lot of games to pick from today because there's just not a lot of games from the schedule. Plus, I have my premium picks out there. I've already done my dog of the day. So it just doesn't give us a lot to work with. So I'm going to take... the next pick for today's show is I'm going to take Utah Valley at South Florida. I looked at this game up and down, and boy, South Florida just does not look inspiring to me here. It's like I tried to make a case for them, but then when we look at the way that they've played recently down the stretch, really, really poor losses to UConn on a neutral court. SMU, the win over Tulane, just 5-point win in that one. Then another loss to UConn, a loss, of course, UCF, who we saw almost beat Duke yesterday. And then a loss at Houston, they got spanked. Not as bad as Ohio State got spanked, but spanked. And Temple against UCF. So I just think that even though Utah Valley has played the probably softer schedule in this one, I like them in this game. I think that they're just not getting any respect at all. I'm going to take Utah Valley. We're getting 2.5 points on UVU plus 2.5. Of course, we do free picks on this show every single day. Our best bets over at sportschatexperts.com. I'd rather have Zion too. So, and the other question I have for everybody, and maybe I'll save this one. We'll do it again tomorrow. What's your favorite? Okay. What's your favorite part of this year's tournament so far? What's your favorite moment of this tournament? And for me, it was watching the Ohio State players cry on the sideline. That was my favorite after getting stomped. They got whooped. It was awesome. I didn't think they deserved to be in the tournament. I think I don't know how they beat Iowa State in the first round. They played the game of their lives. We give them credit for that. But man, it was men against boys yesterday. In that game against Houston. Houston just crushed them. And I'll tell you what, the first half, Houston didn't even play that well in the first half. And the second half, they didn't really play that well either. But, man, they just frustrated Ohio State. Just no inside shooting, no outside shooting. Just crushed them. It was awesome. Anyways, of course, my nephews go to Ohio State, but doesn't mean that... It doesn't mean I respect the program anymore. Of course, you have a coach that supports wife beaters and mass murderers, and finally you have to, he has to retire. It's like you got to do something because you can't stay here. Anyways, we got DePaul taking on Longwood. Longwood's not a team that we know much about, right? We just don't see a lot of Longwood this season, but they're 16-17 on the season. DePaul's 16-15. What we have is a gigantic number here, and of course, DePaul coming off of a 14-point win over Central Mich in their last game, while Longwood knocked off Southern Mississippi 90-68. I mean, they bludgeoned them. They were a 9.5-point dog, and they won by 22. So we've seen this a couple times in these smaller tournaments. They lost in their conference tournament. Campbell, Gardner-Webb, they lost to, who we saw in the NCAA tournament, who lost, but they were respectable. Hampton, who we know these guys, and we've seen them all before. I don't know. Do you feel like laying 15 points with the DePaul Blue Demons? I know DePaul's a decent team. I know they won by 14 last time out. I'm going to take Longwood. It's too many points. We do free picks on this show every single day. We're digging deep, picking the Longwood DePaul game. Of course, if you hit the like button, greatly appreciated. We're giving away these free T-shirts. I don't think Duke got lucky. I think they won. They did what it took to win. They could have easily lost, but they were slightly better. And that's really what they needed to do. I mean, it doesn't matter if you win by 1 or 100. It counts as a win if you're just looking at brackets and looking at, in it from a tournament perspective. If you're looking at it covering the spread, they didn't really come close, did they? Didn't even get a whiff. Anyways, let's see what we can do for another free pick. Let's do something that I know a lot of you guys like it when I do it, but I rarely ever do it. Let's go to the NHL. And we've got Vegas at St. Louis. St. Louis 40-27-6 on the season, 20-15-1. While Vegas 42-27-4 after the slow start. We're getting plus 110 on Vegas. Hey, I'm in Vegas. What the hell? I'll take Vegas. Plus the 110 against St. Louis. I know St. Louis had that big streak earlier this season, but right now Vegas is the hotter team, and I'm going to take the Vegas Golden Knights plus 110. I know I rarely give hockey on this show, so I'm going to continue on with it and see if we can do do some damage here. The reason why I don't do hockey is like the lines are so big, and then that puck line, it's always like, it's just to me, it's just extremely difficult. I'm going to take the Nashville Predators minus 118. It just seems that this time of year, the Predators are always good. So no reason not to take them. You guys know I don't like hockey too much. I never give out premium picks in hockey. It's just not my game. But a lot of my same handicapping systems work. It doesn't really matter the sport. A lot of it has to do with more so with the numbers and more so with the matchups than it has to do with knowing anything about the sport. And I think what we see sometimes is that a lot of handicappers, I think we saw it, we hear it from handicappers all the time. It's like they don't really care what the game is or who's playing or any of these things. They only care about the number. And I think that's what I care about here with the Predators. I think getting minus 118. But anyways, I'm going to wrap up today's show. I think there's more games tomorrow. So, at least hopefully, right? Let me see what the NBA looks like for tomorrow. Tomorrow, the NBA, there's a lot of games in the NBA tomorrow. There's 10 NBA games. And then we have college hoops. We have probably a little less. College hoops, we have 5 games, but they're more named teams. You got like Indiana, Wichita State, Green Bay, FIU, Creighton, TCU. So we're getting down to it in that NIT, and that's, when you start seeing some decent teams. But anyways, be sure to hit the thumbs up. I appreciate you guys joining me. I've given out free T-shirts. I list the winners each and every day. A lot of guys that I announced as winners have not contacted me for the shirt, so be sure to check. Be sure to check those posts that I put in, and be sure to grab your free T-shirt. I'm mailing out about 100 of them today. So be on the lookout in your mail this week. Anyways, this is Mitch. Thanks for joining me. We took the Blazers minus 6, the Suns plus 15, Utah Valley plus 2.5, Longwood plus 15. We took the Vegas Golden Knights plus 110, and the Nashville Predators minus 118. This is Mitch. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day, everyone. I'll see you guys tomorrow at the same time.